I'm Asher here with Felix and Jonah, and today we're going to be talking about the Phillies and the Eagles. We're going to start off with the Phillies. What do you think they need to do?
Well, I think the big thing for the Phillies right now is Bryce Harper pretty soon, maybe even today, returning to the outfield. Honestly, I hate to say it, but for the Phillies hitting, for Bryce Harper's hitting, I think it's going to be a slight negative. He's been on an absolute tear at DH because I've been to some games, and instead of sitting in the dugout, instead of being out in the field, he can go into the cages. He can go watch film of himself. He can put in so much more work. And he's not going to go down to hitting 240. I mean, he's still Bryce Harper. He's still going to hit well. I think it's a minor hitting setback for him, but I think it's better in defense. I think Nick Castellanos in right field is, to be frank with you, terrible.
Jonah?
Well, I agree with Bryce Harper. He's going to be a big factor returning to the lineup. He is not only a good offensive player, but also good on defense. He led the Phillies in almost every category last year. He's going to be a big addition to their lineup.
Now, what do the Eagles need to do to make a deep playoff run? Jonah?
Well, first of all, I'm not Jonah. But second
I'm
of all,
sorry,
I
Felix.
think that I need on offense to see Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Chemistry. I know recently there's been some photos leaked of Jalen Hurts putting on some muscle. I think he's going to be muscling up and throwing deep bombs to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. I think he goes off big year. That's what we need to see a good playoff run.
Jonah?
I need to see the run defense as good as it was last year. Last year, the Eagles' run defense was dominant, but with Fletcher Cox maybe not going to be able to play instead, and they might be benching him for Jordan Davis, how will that change?
All right, now let's take some questions on either of the two topics we've discussed.
So what do you think the Eagles defense has to do if they want to win?
Frankly, stop the run. If you're giving up, I think the yards per carry is big on defense. If you're giving up, 5, 6, 7 yards per carry, and then that opens up the pass defense. I don't think the pass defense is that strong, but once one part of the defense breaks down, the whole thing completely falls apart. Fletcher Cox, he's getting older. He's gotta remain young. He's got to do his best he can to get good tackles this year.
Yeah, you need the run defense to maybe get them to third down and long, and once that happens, you need the pass defense. And they're a little weak at safety, but if they can get someone, they'll be great.
You talked about the rush defense and now the pass defense. How do you think James Bradbury will affect the pass defense?
Well, he's the corner too, Darius Slay in this situation. James Bradbury, he is a Pro Bowler, but he wasn't as good as he usually was last year. Let's hope to see him return to form.
I think a lot of people in the last couple of years have been bashing Slay. I think, honestly, having a corner on the other side will help Slay out a lot because there's only so much one man can handle when there are a lot of receivers out there. So I think that's really going to shore up the problems with our secondary we've been having in the last couple of years.
Thanks for tuning into SBC. We'll see you next time.